Alright, so these bulbs are made by GE. They're compact fluorescents. I've had them since I got my first apartment in Edmonton, and they're about 12 years old now, believe it or not, and they've been used extensively in all of that time. They're extremely high quality. I spent about $8.99 each on them back in the day when they were that expensive. They're about $4 or $5 each now, and they've lasted this long. As they age, it's a little cold in here. It's about 17 degrees or so. And they're getting older. CFLs, they have a little bit of a warm-up time. So I just wanted to demonstrate that. See how long it actually takes. "10 seconds in and they have a nice glow, but they don't really add an incredible amount of light to the kitchen just yet. I see they're starting to warm up. I don't know if you can tell, but you can actually see the outline of the bulb inside the frosted glass a little bit because it hasn't fully warmed up. That'll disappear. And the light is very yellow. It's like a 3000K on the light spectrum. They will reach about 4000, which is a nice soft but a little cooler than normal light. Good for kitchens and whatnot. Starting to warm up a bit. These have been incredible. One of them burnt out on me once. In the first month that I had them, I wrote an email to General Electric and they sent me a case of 6 with their apologies, and told me that by the model number and the serial number they could tell that it had been made in Hungary, where their lower quality stuff came from, and they'd had problems out of that factory, and now they were using a place in South Korea that made them much better. Philips is a good brand too, but any of those cheap bulbs that you buy in the multi-packs from Home Depot or wherever, they tend to be crappy Chinese knockoffs and whatnot that, you know, they meet the CSA stamp, but you never really know, and sometimes they'll be a little lower quality and they won't last as long. These are about 3/4 brightness now, and I can tell that they're starting to work. The color on the countertops has changed slightly. Maybe you can't see it on the video. You can see the light actually reflecting off the floor. And they're getting better. Mind you, you have to keep in mind that these bulbs have been in use extensively, with on and off, and leaving them on for days sometimes and whatnot for years and years and years. And they've been in transit with me through, this is the house that I purchased, I've rented a house, and I've rented 3 apartments, and they've managed to come through. I suspect that the higher quality bulbs and the newer ones that you can get now, if you buy the good quality ones, will also have less mercury than some of the old ones. I'd have to check into that, but it's what I've been told in the store by the reps. And the selection for these is just amazing. These ones are kitchen light bulbs. They're frosted glass. They look kind of like an incandescent, and they're about 3/4 or 80% bright now. These are an equivalent to a 60-watt bulb, and I'm pretty sure that they are a 13-watt, or maybe a little less. Yeah, 13-watt. Which is not bad. Nowadays a 60-watt equivalent CFL might be 10 watts. But sometimes they even advertise them at 8. But you have to watch your color. This is a nice color for kitchens. You can get ones that are blue light that are really harsh, like you'd use them in a school or something, and you can get ones that are good, that are nice yellower light, soft light, instead of harsh light, cold light, whatever they call them on the packages. You can choose now basically the color spectrum you want. And sometimes to produce a different color spectrum requires a little bit more energy, whether because of what they have to do in the bulb or because of the frosting that they have to use and putting the light through it, a diffuser. They get a little bit different. So it helps to be a little bit informed about where you're going to put them. I know that the ones I use in my bathroom are totally different, and they were even more expensive, but they're designed for a vanity system. They're like a bulb that actually looks just like a vanity light bulb. and they have a faster startup. Yeah, they're pretty much fully on now, and it's been a couple minutes, or they've been on full for about 30 seconds now. That's you know, full warm-up time. So now I'd use these lights. I just leave them on while I use the kitchen, run in and out, whatever else. They don't need to be flipped on and off consistently. All 4 of these bulbs together amount to, you know, less than 60 watts of energy. And if I had the old incandescents in there, I'd probably be looking somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 to 250 watts of use. So, you know, some bulbs like to be left on for a little while, and fluorescents are more efficient if you let them warm up and then use them instead of flicking them on and off every few seconds as you run in and out of the room. So that's it.